Salve galera, Canetox, mais um episódio aqui de Final Fantasy XVI. Vamos continuar aqui as sidequests. Eu tive um problema no episódio passado, mas eu já consegui resolver. Vamos ir resolvendo mais sidequests. Temos, pelo que parece, mais 3 aqui. 4. Bem, a caçada eu vou ver se coloco pra depois. Deixa eu ver um lugar que dá pra fazer mais de boa. Vamos começar por aqui. Não, já temos uma pra fazer aqui. E pra dar-lhe 1000. Já podemos pelo menos continuar aqui em Dali 1000. E aí a gente vê o que dá pra fazer mais. Vamos aproveitar que já estamos aqui, né?
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Vamos lá.
The gentleman of the town guard.
Beleza, 100 metros. Não é muito longe.
Come on. Someone's got himself in trouble.
Inimigos. Vocês querem briga? Eu não tenho problema em enfrentar vocês.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please, these men are trying to rob me.
I'll deal with this.
Tentando te roubar. Ladrãozinho vai já ser impedido logo.
We can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Começar levando um mago, que aí já fica mais fácil.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
Aê! Morre! Tô esponja de dano, hein, seus malditos. Demorou pra morrer, hein? O deck já tá meio estranho. Leva um pouco mais baixo aguentando meus ataques. Pronto. Maravilha.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those
Tá bem, Marcos Play.
dispatched.
What of the Fist's central command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail.
Maravilha, aqui tá resolvido. Vamos lá pra... Aqui, em campo setentrional, por aqui.
There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. Ambrosia won't help me here.
Ah, nem precisa da Ambrose. Aí, chegamos.
What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
And then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your Uncle Stuart. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
Bandits.
They looked more like field hands, but it didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me was a pommel to the temple.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach, visit the Vale, tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
Beleza, não é tão longe daqui.
They just couldn't resist,
Inimigos.
could they?
Muito bem. Mais bandidos?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Começar pelos Minions. Morre. Pronto, você já era? Droga, levei. Vem pra cá, seu maldito. Vem pra cá. Já tá sofrendo stagger. Quase lá. Aê. Leva. $44.000. Agora fica queimando. Aê, morreu no counter. Maravilha. Acho que com isso tá resolvido.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over a crust of bread. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Rockford, listen to me. If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bistolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
Beleza, vamos lá pra Marta. Tem uma secundária aqui em busca de justiça. Mas vamos resolver primeiro essa quest aí. A gente já pode até vir pra cá, que já que tem uma. Aqui já tem duas. Com mais aquela já dá 3 aqui. Vamos lá pra Marta. Pelo menos aqui na região dela tá mais de boa. E é isso aí, galera. Vamos resolver bastante essas secundárias. E aí já vou ver se... quem sabe outro dia eu já trago live principal, de história mesmo. Da história principal.
I see you're still here. The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it, a constant flow of information. Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates. They have resumed their investigations, thanks to you.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that grim would be putting it lightly. Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, we must work quickly. And we must work together. Such is your Lord Uncle's wish.
As it is mine.
Maravilha, missão cumprida. Só pro flamejante. Maravilha, agora que aqui tá resolvido, vamos ver se Tem mais alguma coisa aqui pra resolver? Onde mais tem secundária? Aqui nessa região tá tudo ok, até surgir alguma coisa. E aqui, na ala perdida, tem esse em busca de justiça. Vamos lá pra ala perdida.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need.
Aí, vamos lá. Quinten, o que a gente pode te ajudar?
Clive, I fear that I must bid you farewell. As you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief Justice's vultures are circling. We must strike now. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal ally, I trust you, as I trusted your predecessor.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment, and I understand more than anyone how you feel. But is revenge really the answer?
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for since that day.
But what of Lostwing? Everything you've built.
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last, come what may. But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children, the elderly, bearers afflicted by the curse. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would do them any good. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay a safe haven for long. And so, Clive, I find myself turning to you once more. Will you take them to your hideaway, that they might live even should Lostwing die?
Vamos lá, levar ao esconderijo.
I will.
Thank you. I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those who rallied to my cause. The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the Black Shields strike.
Understood. I'll make sure they get to the hideaway safely.
Then the last of my preparations are complete. Fare you well, Clive. And may Griga guide us. All of us.
Muito bem.
To Gotan's Bales then, and quickly.
Gautland. Pra onde?
Anyone else
Dá pra
finds
pegar
them.
o Chocobo. Não, nada aqui. Vambora. Chegamos.
That'll do, girl. Everyone, Quinton has asked that you come with me. He can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can. There's a safe place I can take you to.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master Quinton. We owe him our lives. So we ain't about to start telling him what he should do with his. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lostwing no more, it's 'cause he ain't coming back. And if that's what has to happen, then so be it. I only hope he can see this through to the end. That we get to see justice done.
I hope so too.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't already left, have they?
They've gone with Master Quinton.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quentin to call off the attack. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster. They don't stand a chance against that thing. If I don't get the message to them, they're all gonna fucking die.
No. We can't let this happen. Sid! Don't worry about us. You've got to catch up with him. We can't let Quentin die before that bastard does.
All right. I'll do what I can. Where is this manor?
It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heaven Hall, he calls it.
Promise us, Sid. Promise us you'll do what you can.
Sem problema. 1.300 metros. Nossa, pra cá. O caminho mais rápido é pra cá.
Let's go.
Pelo menos já vamos lá de vida cheia. Deixa eu ver. Vamos ter que virar pra cá. Pra cá? É, pra cá. Agora sim.
Damn it. Don't tell me I'm too late.
Estamos chegando. Ah, aqui eu me lembro que tem uma batalha legal. Chega a ser nível de caçada, mas beleza.
All right.
No. But I am alive. Which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
This must be the guard dog. Quentin.
Muito bem. É você que eu vou enfrentar?
You go. But your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
Se esconde, cara.
Come on then.
A situação vai ficar feia.
You're no guard dog. You're just a rabid beast that needs to be put down. Too slow.
Tá, não dá pra pegar ali. Tá vendo, Chicote? Tá meio sumido. Aê, vai fazer ataque especial coisa nenhuma. Vai ser punido. Agora Kamehameha. Aí, semi-stag. E eu vou esperar seu melhor ataque. Aê! Tá pensando em finalizar no Kamehameha, mas... leva um tirambaço no meio da cara.
If only we'd arrived earlier.
E tá meio sumido aí, Alex Cois. Ainda vê as lives do Frank? Eu ainda tô também fazendo as minhas lives. O que eu posso adiantar é que vem coisas boas no mês que vem.
Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear. Just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans. Building a haven in Lostwing. Freeing bearers from their chains and recruiting them to my cause. It was all for this. But what is this? Justice? My faithful comrades. All those lives lost. So that I might take another.
Quentin.
Master Quinton! Oh, thank Krieger you're safe.
You're alive.
And so are you. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news. It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What?
Droga, o que houve com ela perdida?
Lostwing. My Lostwing.
And look who's here.
Inimigos.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still...
Sem problema em enfrentar eles.
Don't be a fool.
Muito bem, né? Vocês querem briga?
It's not going to last long in there. Come on, talk. We need to make this quick. This one. Get him.
Morre!
This one.
Aí, mais? Morre! Beleza, pra onde? Pra cá. Tem mais. Sem problema. Morre! Mais, sem problema. Só que primeiro eu vou... Mago. Ali você. Outro. Pronto. Pronto. Mais 2 para resolver. Aê! Maravilha.
I need to find Quentin.
Cadê o Quentin?
Quentin. Quentin! Look at me!
Bem ferido.
Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of here. Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lostwing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't. So long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
'Cause we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah, and all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village. It was all of us.
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lostwing, right here in the Bales.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why just a village? We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quentin we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quentin will suffice. After all, we are family. Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life twice over. And more besides.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting, that is.
I look forward to it.
Maravilha, mais uma missão cumprida. Mais uma lembrança para o nosso aposento. Beleza, beleza. Acho que aqui tá ok. Aqui tem as 3. E mais 4 aqui. Acho que para dar uma variada eu vou fazer essa caçada daqui. Nada melhor do que atrás de um Morble. Deixa eu ver, acho que tá certo. Não, deixa eu ver. 1. É 5 missões, mas sem problema. Vamos pelo menos já ter mais uma resolvida. Vamos lá. Pelo menos já vamos fazer uma caçada para dar uma variada. Vamos atrás de um Morble. E acho que até aqui deve ser talvez as últimas missões até o momento. E eu já volto, tá, galera?
Do you recall the flowers I had you bring back to the yard?
Vaguely. Is something wrong?
I'm afraid so. I was able to get most of the Morganbeards to take root, but they rarely flower. I fear the soil here does not agree with them. However, I believe I have a solution.
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards with Morbles. I know. But hear me out. Morbles are possessed of a highly choleric temperament. The fire which drives them appears to be maintained by an abundance of nutrient-rich ether drawn from their environs. I believe that by grafting a Morble vine to a Morganbeard, the appendage's wealth of vigor-inducing nutrients might well stimulate the flower to bloom. The endeavor, I assure you, is scientifically sound. I simply need a vine to prove the theory.
Ele.
And all you need is a single vine from an ordinary Morble.
That is correct. A single vine. As for the Morble, I fear ordinary may not suffice. But, as luck would have it, a most extraordinary specimen is rumored to haunt the swamps of Rosaria. Why, a notice concerning this very creature was only recently posted on the hunt board.
How timely.
Well, I shan't keep you any longer. I know you have much to do, as do I. Now, where did I put my watering can?
Beleza, vamos lá ver o quadro de caçada. E eu também ainda vou saber a localização dele, pelo menos já sabe que é em Rosária. E pelo que eu me lembro, o Morble também não é um inimigo Ele não é, por exemplo, é tão difícil, mas dá pra prever os ataques dele. Ele só tanca muito ataque, mas dá pra encarar.
Cole said it was an army of Akashi.
E aí, Nectar, o que pode nos ajudar? Só vem um bit a mais. Vamos lá, Morbol. Vamos lá, cadê o nosso Morbol? Aqui. 3 juncos. Beleza. 3 juncos. Eu acho que deve ser aqui, águas sussurrantes. Mas não custa tentar. Porque normalmente os lugares que eles ficam são arenas, então não tem às vezes muito erro. E se não são arenas, são às vezes caminhos aleatórios. Tipo, você tá passando por um lugar e às vezes tem uma batalha no meio desse caminho. A gente já chegou a ver, tipo, um que eu pulei de propósito que eu já sabia a localização dele. Vou até deixar aqui a localização pra vocês não se perderem. Que acho que é aqui mesmo. É aqui. Chegamos. Cenoura. Quase lá no Stagger. Que maldito. A ideia que é meio chato dele. Mas vamos lá. Ficar puto, cara. Eu quero bater puto. Aê, Stagger. Kamehameha. Queima. Agora ficou puto de vez. Morre, cara. Vamos lá, cara, vai morrer. Sem mistega. Quase lá no Stagger de novo. Droga, só porque é em cima dele. Aê! Morre! Queima! Vou ver se já no semi-stagger eu já consigo deixar um Kamehameha nele. Vai, queima. A vida dele vai derreter pelo menos. Agora é pra finalizar. Aê! Ganhamos uma boa grana. Tentáculo de Morbo e flor de Morbo. Não deu tanto trabalho quanto eu imaginava. Vou tirar a localização. Conseguimos. Agora é só voltar para o esconderijo. Acho que a recompensa dessa missão vai valer a pena. Beleza. Já estamos chegando. E tá aí. Não foi tão difícil.
Sid, I can't help but notice that your satchel is twitching in a most violent manner.
Here. It's your problem now.
What an amazing specimen. The flesh positively throbs with vitality. If I can successfully graft this to the Morganbeards... When I successfully graft this to the Morganbeards, I suspect the results will be immediate. I shall begin at once. It's just as I hoped. Witness how the Morganbeards have taken to the blighted soil. How they bloom with heretofore unseen vigor. Why, I dare say such a vine graft would yield similar results when applied to other specimens as well.
I'm glad I could be of assistance.
You've not only helped us, Sid. You've saved us. Do you recall the extract with which I provided you before? I took a moment to distill some more, but this time with the petals from the invigorated Morganbeards. And would you believe? Its potency has nearly doubled. You must accept this file as thanks for your assistance. The rest, I shall give to Taya.
Maravilha, missão cumprida. É isso aí, aumentou o poder das nossas curas. Isso aí pode salvar bastante a vida se você tiver uma batalha complicada. Deixa eu ver mais o que dá pra fazer aqui. Vamos pra ele daqui que é mais chatinho. Deixa eu só ver se tem algo pra resgatar. Não. Aí depois eu já vejo as daqui. Pelo menos já tem uma a menos.
If it's knowledge you seek,
E é isso aí, galera. Quem tiver não esquece de deixar aquele like lá e compartilhar pra nós pra dar aquela força e se inscrever se não for inscrito.
Glory to Gariga. There you are. And not a moment too soon.
What's happened?
Taya's busy working herself into an early grave. Since the arrival of her latest patient, she's refused to stop, even for a moment. I've tried offering to see to him in her stead, but she won't hear of it. Clive, she hasn't left the infirmary in days. She's pushing herself too hard. And if she doesn't rest soon, will you talk to her? Order her to her chambers if that's what it takes. Because if she keeps this up, I fear the hideaway will be without its best physica before too long.
I know better than to order Taya to do anything. But I'll speak to her.
Oh, thank you. I pray you have better luck than I did.
Vamos lá, tarde.
Well, Taya, Rodriguez worried about you. And if what he says is true, then so am I. We all admire your dedication, but you do need to rest.
I will, when it's time. Until then, I'm staying put. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. Someone who doesn't deserve to die alone. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse has almost finished its work. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them, we've nothing that will touch the agony of those last few hours.
How would tears help this man?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy. Alicia, it's the only thing strong enough.
You wouldn't, Taya. Surely. There must be something we can do for him.
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kindness we can offer. You do well to remember that, Rodrigue.
I will. We have all the ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. It needs to be fresh, though, so we rarely have much to hand. I can make the draft if you can bring me what we're missing.
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that lives in the forests of Norvent, near Lorbert's Pass. Bring me one of their eyes. Preserve it as best you can, but avoid contact with the tears. I'll make sure the other ingredients are ready before you return.
Thank you, Clive. I won't forget this.
Beleza. Acarinos. É aqui. Sem problema. Essas missões de assassino de aluguel é de boa pra mim. Vamos indo pra lá. E aí já devemos conseguir mais uma missão. Vamos lá. Doentes.
Rodrigo could have mentioned his spiders.
Aranhas.
Curls.
Pronto, um já foi. Um por um vocês vão. Pronto, falta você. Aê! Resolvido, eu imagino. Olhos de aranha. Agora é só entregar o esconderijo. E aí acho que já devemos cumprir a missão. É isso aí, hoje vai render de missões.
Cole said it was an army of a cashier.
Pronto.
Thank goodness you're back. Taya looks like she's about to collapse.
Is this what you needed?
Yes, it is. Thank you, Clive. I'm loath to give a patient Alicia, but Taya's right. Sometimes it's all we can do. single dose dulls even the most agonizing pain, and all other sensation with it. It may be a gentle way to die, but it is death nonetheless. I wish there was another way.
How are you feeling?
Light, mid-here. Drifting on waves.
Good. Just relax. Let the waves carry you to a better place.
Thank you, Daya. I'm so proud of you.
He's gone. Thank you, Rodrigo. And you, Clive?
I'll see that he's properly laid to rest.
The man you helped today was my mentor, back in the Southern Isles, on the front lines of some meaningless war. I was still a child when they shipped me to their triage tents, to treat the wounded with my gift. But in such blighted lands, I was next to useless. Until he taught me the true physicker's art, that is.
An art we would be lost without.
Tears of mercy were his gift to the bearers of the world. A respite from the agony of the curse's end.
And a kindness Sid would have approved of.
You know as well as I what life is like for a bearer soldier. Marched from one battle to the next, never knowing which might be your last. A commander may care nothing for the bearer spent in his service, but my mentor's gift gave the dying one fleeting moment of tranquility before the end. I've no tears left, Clive. I've seen too many of my friends taken. Something needs to change. And we need to be the ones to change it.
And we will. I promise.
I hope so.
É isso aí, missão cumprida. Bem, temos 3. Vamos começar por aqui, olho por olho. E aí é de que daqui do esconderijo vai estar limpo, eu acredito. Que aí depois só tem mais 3 restantes e aí acho que já devemos avançar para uma missão principal. Eu acho que em um outro dia, que hoje acho que vou só me dedicar nas secundárias mesmo. Olá, Goetz, o que a gente pode te ajudar?
What am I gonna do? Is everything alright, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble and she's...
It's alright. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Vamos lá falar com a Carol.
You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Vamos ganhar pelo menos renome com isso.
Lady Karen, how's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait, what exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto?
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating about you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are ya? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
Aye, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
Beleza. Vamos falar com o Golds, acho que é todo mal entendido.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
Vamos lá, pra Dalimil. Aqui. Não é muito longe, então dá pra ir pra lá.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentleman of the town guard.
Olha ele ali.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumors about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price. be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Dalimil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goots.
Depósito bem ali. Só que vou ter que dar a volta na cidade pra chegar até lá.
The gentlemen of the town guard are strapped. What a mess. Why don't we...
You fought very bravely. The safety of the town is in our hands.
Aí, agora filamos mais rápido. Vambora.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Chegamos.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Muito bem, bandidos.
Now, when we could pretend this didn't happen.
Podem me atacar. Aê. Ali um mago. Você vai ser o primeiro. Tem outro. Aqui. Morre, cara. Aê!
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you, anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goots. Right now.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Blood?
Goot, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself!
Goot, no.
Enough, all of you!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense, but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck.
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It ain't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough. But something tells me the Wet Legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
Beleza, acho que vamos ter que voltar para o esconderijo. E aí acho que já dá para entregar essa missão mesmo. Carta não traz missão. Maravilha.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected me.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did yesterday.
Maravilha, mais uma missão cumprida. Mais uma lembrança para os aposentos do Clive. Deixa eu ver onde tem mais. Receita insuperável. E pesos e medidas. Vamos ver essa daqui. Receita insuperável.
You put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, all right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped? Yvonne had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
Vamos lá, né?
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Yvonne said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Well, that's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget.
Acho que já vamos fazer 2 missões já de cara, que eu vou falar com a Apócrates também na próxima missão, então já vamos fazer as 2 coisas.
Those imps are going to break that thing.
Ah, não é exatamente com ele, mas beleza.
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Yvonne.
Ah, Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Vou aproveitar já que tô aqui para atualizar a lore.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost.
Aê!
Rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you.
Bastante coisa.
Wish to study the tomes?
Os dois no rincão setentrional. Vamos pra lá. Vamos lá. Aqui. Ah, não são muito longe. Nada que Ambrose não resolva.
There were ghosts at the gate, not Daisy.
Eu imagino que já vamos comprar briga, então já vamos aproveitar a viagem para isso. Vamos lá pra cá. Vamos ter que ir atrás de um Wyvern e um capuz.
Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot.
Aqui tá o Wyvern.
This must be our wyvern. All right, let's get this over with. This one. Get him. This one.
Vai morrer, seu maldito. Mano, mais tag. Isso. Vamos lá, Kamehameha. Nossa, a vida derrete do Kamehameha. Nossa, a vida derrete com tudo isso. 45 mil. E isso que estamos chegando quase no limite que eu tô querendo.
Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent.
Acho que é aqui. Aí.
That's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe.
Na teoria, o mais difícil é para ser o Wyvern, mas foi de boa. Vamos entregar a missão. E aí já devemos conseguir resolver as missões do esconderijo.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavour and sensation. A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sit
might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Mais uma missão cumprida. Deixa eu ver se não liberou nada de renome. Ah, liberou. Vamos lá. E aí tem uma lá no Apócrates. Sabia. E aqui é de que o esconderijo vai ficar resolvido. E aí tem mais missões em uma outra região.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? Here you are. Best of luck
Valeu.
out there, Sid.
Vamos lá, Apócrates. Vamos ver o que, que você tem aí de secundária.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid's scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Beleza. Vamos lá pro átrio. Pelo menos não estamos saindo daqui, mas vamos já falar com as crianças. Eu acho que é o tipo de missão que é resolvida no próprio esconderijo mesmo. A não ser que tenha alguma coisa para buscar.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone.
What do you reckon we should do?
Aê.
Sid! Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh!
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we? All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track.
Bom que ele tá ensinando o que uma balança faz.
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn.
E por último, a engrenagem.
This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Minidole's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
It's not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Minidole's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididole and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone.
Maravilha, agora que ensinamos as crianças, já dá para voltar para a biblioteca. Acredito que depois disso daí as crianças já devem ouvir a professora. Eu imagino.
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Ah, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Mais uma missão cumprida. Estamos quase nos zipando, só fazendo secundária. Agora deixa eu ver. Acho que não tem mais nada aqui. Agora já podemos resolver aqui em Dalméquia. Tem uma missão aqui. E duas aqui. Essa daqui é uma missão meio chatinha, mas acho que é mais de boa perto dessa daqui. Mas vamos começar aqui mesmo. Bom, olha aí, Heloise.
Your timing is impeccable. It just so happens that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone with your talents.
And what talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness and your skill with a blade.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos and confusion. Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or taken the opportunity to flee them. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection of the Fist before they get far. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges. Which means it has been looking to sell.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers remain that way.
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more, and for an attractive price, no less.
So where does my skill with a blade come in?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we have nowhere to house them. So we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far from the prying eyes of those who would see them enslaved once more. And we believe we have found one. Cashlock. A small hamlet hidden in a canyon. The place was abandoned a long time ago, but when the men moved out, the beasts moved in.
And so we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to encourage them to look elsewhere. You'll help, won't you?
How could I refuse?
Vamos lá.
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transportation of our guests, as we discussed.
Of course. Leave everything with me.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out for you.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Residents and all. Even if I begin right now, I'll be working day and night. So I'd better get started. Try to clear the place out before the wagons roll in, won't you?
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chadra's Thread, past Lateney's Cleft. My man there will open the gate for you.
All right. Wish me luck.
I'm sure you won't need it.
Vamos lá. $600. Já é outro caminho. Eu imagino que eu vindo pra cá já deve ser mais rápido. Já vou pegar o caminho daqui. Não compensa fazer esse caminho todo.
Ready, go?
Acho que é aqui. Acho que é aqui. Estamos indo no caminho certo. Não tenho tempo para duendes. Acho que me lembro dessa missão. Tá, eu não vou seguir reto, eu vou seguir pra cá.
This must have been a nice place once, and it will be again.
Vem todo mundo. Pronto, você já era e você é o próximo. Mais. Aí, você já era. Aê! Pronto, você já era. Pronto. Bom que a águia Um tiro concentrado já derruba. Então... Aê! Quase nos upando.
That's all of them. Come on, Toggle. Let's head back to Bocklat.
Só vou dar uma passada aqui rápida, que pelo menos temos alguns lugares para pegar uns loots. Mas isso aí, estamos indo bem. E aqui do lado, se não me engano, deve ser uma caçada, se eu me lembro bem. Se for seguir mais pra cá. Mas eu me lembro até que tinha uma missão secundária por aqui, indo pra cá.
This is no time to ride.
É, uma caçada. Pegar isso daqui e já vou voltar pra lá. É isso aí, já podemos entregar a missão.
Something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
I shall. Thank you.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes. And, no. But enough about him. How did you fare down in Cashlock?
It's done. The village is safe now.
You made quick work of it, as always.
I should go and let Eloise know.
Don't let me keep you. But Clive, don't tell her I was watching her, will you? She'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've finished with your report.
All right. We'll speak then.
Aí, vamos agora entregar a missão pra ela.
Eloise, I just got back from Cashlock. The village should be safe now.
Thank you, Clive. Here, something for your trouble. Well then, now that you have laid the groundwork for our little project, I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers is accepted.
You're still in negotiations?
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf, but things have been trickier than we anticipated. I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army we're dealing with. Fighting's what they do. But we shall emerge victorious in the end.
Well, if you need any help, you know where to find me.
I'm not sure I do. But thank you, all the same.
Mais uma missão cumprida. Acho que já vamos nos upar. Maravilha. Level 38, rumo ao level 40.
Clive.
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to my sister. He represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of the bigger trading houses.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dharmekia has. They operate across the length and breadth of the Republic. And they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks for some time now. And
Judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half a mind to accept their latest offer.
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did what makes her happy. And I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery. And we have striven to save others like me ever since. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the one she deserves. I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my bonds, and she must be freed from hers in turn.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister did for me, and I want to repay the favor by letting her live her own life. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises, she turns it down. For my sake.
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different. To show her that I don't need to be watched over anymore. Though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time. I trust that I can count on you.
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, I had better get back to work. These bearers aren't going to move themselves. That's a job for the Crimson Caravans.
Maravilha, agora que aqui tá resolvido, vamos pra cá. Começar pela mais chatinha daqui, esculpida em pedra. Aí depois a outra, antes que vai ser pra finalizar. Essa esculpida em pedra, eu me lembro que ela é mais... É um jogo de memória. Mas eu fui na tentativa e erro e dá pra conseguir.
Not a scratch on them. Have you noticed the elder has been coughing?
Olha aqui a nossa missão. É uma missão bem bobinha, assim, de memória, mas vai valer a pena, acho que pela XP, principalmente. E talvez até o pagamento.
Finally. No one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word. Sadly, this far from home, I'm just a vagrant greybeard.
The university? You're a scholar.
A specialist in ancient cultures. The most accomplished in all Valisthea, some have said. Not that I look the part in these tattered rags. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. Yet here I am, a wizened windbag, bested by the many steps of Tabor. The answers I seek lying just beyond my enfeebled reach. Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs in my stead? You'll be amply rewarded, of course.
Climb the stairs and...
And memorize a few inscriptions for me, assuming you know your letters, that is. Some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues to Tabor's rich history into stones dotted about the village. 3 of them, to be precise. 1 each to the north, south, and east. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been pondering for some time. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people. People quite unlike those of neighboring lands.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest. Make for the domed pavilions, and you'll have no trouble finding the stones.
Vamos lá, né? Ajudar o senhor. Eu sei que tem uma aqui, outra ali em cima. Ah, não, daqui já é uma.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor.
Já vimos a do leste. Olha aí um baú.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Not a scratch on them.
Olha aqui outro.
So it's these stones to Canva and the rest of the box.
Aqui é uma escada.
Why went the sky go back to hell?
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read.
How are those new boots treated?
Vamos lá.
The engravings were in good
Vamos ver
repair.
se minha memória tá boa, que pelo menos já peguei o começo.
For myself. Oh, come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place and its people? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we? What did it say?
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor, sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
Norte.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or, I think that was it, at least.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
Children of the Hunters, now sworn to serve the sun.
Sun worship? That cannot possibly be right.
I could have sworn it was something like that. Children of the Hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, one for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly not least, hunters turned farmers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through 3 distinct traditions. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to see.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many by far. Here, and thank you.
Maravilha, mais uma missão cumprida. Agora é só falar com o último cara aqui embaixo.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any crystals.
Aí vamos ver se surgir mais alguma missão secundária.
Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Carava. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity, but those that do develop a hide of phenomenal value.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvels the likes of which the world has never seen. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast, now that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might weep with envy. Bring me that beast's skin and I will share with you the bounty of our combined labors.
All right.
Vamos lá, né?
Of course you will.
Vamos caçar briga.
When one lives in such troubled times, it is a fool who lets opportunity slip his grasp. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovany, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Carava. I eagerly await your safe and, above all, triumphant return.
$500. Pra onde? Pra cá. Vamos daqui. É mais rápido.
Good girl. Run like the wind. No holding back.
Parece que eu encontrei a minha missão.
Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet. Get him! Over here! Get him! Local! Over here! Hold on! Kill! This one!
Aê, levou stagger. Kamehameha.
This one!
46.000. Aê! Não foi muito difícil.
This thing reeks. The sooner it's off my hands, the better.
Vamos lá, 600 metros. Vamos voltar direto pra cá.
Here's your hide, as requested.
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see it. Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek, yet as adamant as her virtue. This is everything I had hoped for, and more. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent to have bested the beast with nary a scratch. Join me, as my honored partner. With my means and your might, we shall be as wealthy as the merchant kings of Zemeckis.
I don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy enough as it is.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here, for the hide.
Maravilha. É isso aí, deixa eu ver se tem mais alguma secundária. Aqui acho que não. E de secundária tá tudo ok. Vou já salvar por aqui. É isso aí, galera. Avançamos bem. Só peço desculpa pela live passada ter acabado bem rápido, mas eu acredito que amanhã já devo fazer a missão principal. E é isso aí. Fiquei que vocês vão ser redirecionados ao canal parceiro. Eu vou me despedindo por aqui. Caso queira ajudar o canal, tem o sistema de membros e também o Pix, caso queira ajudar financeiramente. E é isso aí, galera. Vou me despedindo por aqui. Quem tiver, não esquece de deixar aquele like lá e compartilhar pra gente para dar aquela força e inscrever se for inscrito. E nos vemos então em um próximo episódio, galera. Falou!